It's the Dr. D Show.
Hello and welcome again to the Dr. D Show. It is your host of the most, you know it is, Dr. D.
Very nice.
And in the building,
EK.
EK, how you doing today?
Not too bad. Just greetings to everybody listening.
Everyone listening out there, I hope you've been doing well. I hope you've had a great week or weekend, whatever it is in your part of the world. It's another episode. How did you guys enjoy the last episode?
I hope they did.
I think
I got a lot of slack, but
I think they did. You know, judging from the feedback that I was getting, I believe the ladies enjoyed that one. Well, maybe the guys enjoyed it a bit more than the ladies did. So what we're doing today is we're gonna bring some reinforcements in for the ladies because apparently we made this all about the dudes, and some ladies didn't really take that too lightly. So without further ado, we've brought some reinforcement for you ladies. Y'all requested her, and we had to go seek her and find her and bring her back. You know, crawling and screaming whether she wanted to come or not. But we have in the building Janine Patrick. Thank you again for joining us, Janine. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Happy
that's that
to be
energy.
back. You know, you guys know I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe I'm back by popular request, but you know,
I know, right?
The fans want what the fans
demand.
want. Okay.
Yeah, they know what they want, and you know they just we had to bring it back. And I don't know like what your schedule is like, but who knows? We might have to put you on the payroll at some point in time.
I'll just feel like a regular reoccurring guest, just like the VIP section, you know.
we might have to do that. But yeah, Janine, thank you for joining us today. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to the last episode, but what did you think?
If you did listen to it.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but from what I've heard from you guys, it sounds like it was quite the adventure.
Well, when you get a chance, do give it a listen.
I'm gonna have to now after I heard such things about it. This flag.
Yeah, well,
I gotta know what I'm getting myself into.
I think you would wish you had listened to it before jumping on this call today, just because you would probably have a bit more ammunition. But
maybe it's better that I'm coming out with a fresh start. You know.
Just a heads up to you. When you listen to it, please don't hate me.
No. I'll try to hold everything with a grain of salt.
It comes out now. We were talking about dating app profiles, and I went on a rant, and I did go on a rant because I was like, I had it up to here. I was a little bit frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm done with these dating apps. I'm not seeing or finding what I'm looking for. These profiles are not telling me enough for me to want to reach out and extend my thumb to swipe right. So I was kind of like, you know what? I want to talk about this because we need to fix this because women are looking for quality men out there, but their profiles are not quality profiles. And I'm sorry because of that, you're not going to attract the quality man. And yeah, so I just went on a rant about that and we exposed some of these ladies and their profiles. And yeah. That's pretty much it. So we're hoping that you can show us what we do on your side, and hopefully it's not as embarrassing. I think probably for us, I don't know, EK.
Oh, I don't get embarrassed, so yeah, we get.
Your profile is safe. Because you know, if your profile pops up, we don't want to see you holding a banana or something.
Scroll up now. Come on, let's take a gander.
You're gonna catch you from the banana in a Speedo or something. You know,
this man out here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, let me kick it off by just going over some lady profiles again. I'm currently on a famous app. I'm not gonna say which one, but we probably know which one because it's like bzzz, you know. But enough said.
Only paid promotions here.
Right?
We don't give away stuff for free, okay? No free publicity.
we do not. So I'll give you a quick example here. This profile is not too bad, but I could use a little bit more information. So I have no qualms with the pictures that women put up. Some images, not appropriate or whatever, but I take it as it is. but it's the descriptions I'm more concerned about. And this lady, Lexi, 34, she goes, about me, vegan, empath, spiritual. Girl in my photo is my niece, not my daughter. So, question, why you post that picture then?
But I can say the same thing about men. I feel like men are doing the same thing, like holding, like, not my baby. Like, I'm just here to show you that I'm a fun-loving guy who likes children.
Men have baby pictures?
100%. And dog pictures.
Really?
Like, men are the worst. Notorious for like, I've got this dog, and then you'll be like, oh, your dog's so cute. Be like, oh yeah, that's my friend's dog. And it's like, but what is he doing in the picture then? Why you got your friend's dog? Like, never have I ever called my friend and been like, hey, sorry, can I borrow your dog for a photo shoot?
Hey, they're trying to attract the ladies. You know what the ladies like.
Yeah, but it's lying. It's lying.
It is lying, but it still shows you that, okay, maybe they have some love for animals. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Go to the zoo or something like that. Go into the wilderness. It also shows you that.
We're getting this wrong. Yeah. It's not lying. It's just telling a different version of the truth.
Misleading. I think misleading.
No. It's just a different version of the truth.
The remix.
The remix version of the truth. And next time I get caught by when I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to tell the officer, I wasn't lying, officers. I was just remixing the truth. And we'll see if that gets me out of stuff.
Pretty much. It might work. Tell him Dr. D sent you.
Oh,
I'll carry my get out of jail free card just in case.
Just in case, right? Yeah, so I'm seeing what else is on. This one is just too long. That one's a good one. I don't want to bash her. Okay, ladies on point today. Yeah, well, great example. Now, no profile description, just a whole bunch of pictures I'm seeing here. Why would you post a whole bunch of pictures of yourself and not tell people anything about you?
Yeah, this is hard. So I don't know. I've had the experience of talking to both men and women on the app. So I've actually seen a lot of women's profiles. And the one thing I will critique women on, I'm going to have to critique women because I want you to be better, ladies. Okay. I don't want you to be hated, but I want to tell you the truth is that, like, one, you're right. There isn't enough information that is on your profile, and two, women almost never reach out to men. So, like, if there's nothing on your profile for us to talk about, well, then you're just somebody who takes nice pictures. And then what am I supposed to be like? Hey, that's a great photo you've got there.
Right.
Thing, like, end of conversation. Like, open up with a joke, say something interesting about yourself, like talk about who you are as an actual person. The thing I notice about women is that they're too busy trying to cast a big net. Like, I want to be well liked. I want everyone to like receive my profile well. And it always comes back to this thing for me where I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Like, I'd rather have a couple really good suitors than a bunch that are no good. Right. So, like, not everyone's going to jive with your profile if you're like super honest, but the people who do are going to vibe with that shit.
Right. And those folks who stand out, I believe, because again, like I said, if you put out a quality profile, you're most likely to catch a quality man. If you put out some shenanigans out there, you're gonna get guys that are playing games, and guys that are like, not serious into settling down. That's what you're gonna get. Like, personally, I'm speaking from at least my perspective, what I would do. But yeah.
Well, so what's your thoughts on having a profile with like lots of information? Because I feel like when I did my profile, I wrote like paragraphs about myself.
Oh, that's too much.
Too much.
See, the thing is, you want to give enough to grab my interest, but you don't want to give me too much because you want to still keep me interested, right? Because when we actually conversate or have a date or whatever, we want to have stuff to talk about. If you've given me like the synopsis of your whole life, then I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of know everything about you. Now I got to figure out what else to like try to talk about. But
you think so?
Yeah.
I've never gone on a date and had a problem like that where we have nothing to talk about.
I've got a different perspective on that one.
Right.
Yeah, tell me.
The more information you give me,
right,
the more I find to talk about, because you might say 20, in those 20 million things, something along those lines will pick my interest.
See,
that way we get a conversation.
See, I'm different. I'm a fact finder. I like to do the questioning. So when you throw out all the information there, now I got no questions.
No, but the thing is,
now
No,
now
but,
I'm lost. I'm
no,
like,
but the thing
okay,
is,
I know everything now.
no, but the thing is,
That's kind of how I am.
you're kind of walking with blinders on this one. It's just blinkers. It's just have more information than you want. Then you can cipher through it. Then you can start asking questions.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example now. Let me see if I can find some long.
Okay, whilst is looking.
No, go ahead.
Oh, whilst is looking, what's been the craziest stuff that you've seen on guys' profiles? Just out of curiosity.
The craziest things, like I've seen people like pretend to be other people. That's pretty crazy. I feel like I don't always see like crazy things on your profile, but like when we start talking, just like the way guys will like behave, like unsolicited dick pics. Guys just send me videos of them working out. Like I talked to this guy one time on FaceTime, and this is the first conversation. Like we talked a little bit on the app. He's like, "Hey, let's get off the app," which I always love. I love when guys do that. I think it shows like really good initiative. So he's like, let's have this FaceTime date. So we do. And then we were just like making some jokes, and he took his dick out on the FaceTime.
Oh.
I'm like, we're a stranger. I'm a stranger. You know that, right? Like he felt so embarrassed. He's like, well, now I feel embarrassed. I'm like, you kind of should. Like, you know, I'm a stranger, right? Like, you know that we've only been talking for like an hour, and you thought it was appropriate to take your dick out of your pants right now and show it to me. And then the next day he sent me a video of him working out. What? Like,
was that to make up for the dick pic?
I don't know. It was so weird. It was like such a weird thing to get. I was like, okay. And I feel like my experiences have been like so mild compared to some of my friends. Like I was just talking to one of my friends today, and she was saying like Friday night starts and the unsolicited dick pics don't end until Monday. Like her phone will just be like going off. Like people just like sending her videos of themselves. Like she's
that
like,
is
I did
so
not
weird.
ask for
like,
any of these.
I'm sorry, but like, except I'm like in some type of like sexual relationship with a girl, she's not getting no dick pics. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can't be putting
just dick pics, dick videos. Just out here sending pictures of them jerking off.
Is
like
weird. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm sorry,
weird.
like, guys. What is up with that? Like, I what? Why would you be sending dick pics? I do not get that. I cannot comprehend the purpose. What intention is that supposed to fill? She's supposed to look at it and get horny and say she wants you or something, or no, she's not probably going to do that. She probably has some toys at home that are going to keep her company, and she's just going to turn to the toys and remedy her problem. But
think of it this way.
And at the same time, how do we even know there isn't your dick that you're sending a picture of? You could be Googling some porn star.
No, but right? Think of it this way. Maybe that person sent those dick pics to certain women,
right?
And they loved it,
right?
So it kind of creates a habit. Oh,
so he just assumes now that every girl wants penis. Yeah. They can't get enough of my penis.
They can't get enough. Everyone wants to see it. I just gotta spread the love, put it out there.
Gotta put it out there, right? Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, like guys, we need to change some of our ways again. And this is part of my problem. And I was talking about it in the last show. I was like, the reason why women can get away with this shenanigans is because we guys let it happen. We think with our penises first, and we let girls get away with crappy profiles. We do stupidness. You know what I mean? Like shenanigans, and it's like sending dick pics. What is that about? You don't even know the person you're sending dick pics. Now you're gonna give her the authority and the ability to either blow you off or keep your dick pic or do whatever she wants. Oh yeah, exactly. So whatever she wants to do. So like, I don't know. It's just weird, man. We guys
I feel like it's too much of like a hookup culture right now for it to like be serious. I think that's why a lot of it, like everyone's getting away with everything, because we're not really here to date. We're just here to like hook up or to talk or just to be like entertained. I can't count the amount of times before I like actually wanted to date someone that I would just like use my app for conversation. Like I just like talk to some people, and I never had any intention of meeting those people.
See what I said? I said it. I said it. I said they're just on these apps to entertain themselves.
Sometimes.
It's a game. They're going to get entertained until they get bored. And, was the next guy that's going to entertain me. And I don't get it. When, I don't know, is it the pandemic that caused this? Like, when did this crazy hookup mentality start? Like, I want a relationship, but I really don't want a relationship. I just want someone to talk to and play games with until I'm tired, and then I want to move on and do it to somebody else all over again.
Yeah, I feel like it's not from the pandemic. Like the first time I ever noticed it was when the app that shall not be named, but it's a flame. It's very well known. When that app came out, that's when I first started noticing it, because I think at first people were going to kind of like use it for dating, and then it just became so easy to meet people in your area and sort of just like hook up and like, oh, meet new people and like get into their friend groups and then go out with them. And then it just became this cycle of like, oh, what am I doing Friday night? Oh, nothing. I can just go on this app and like find people to like, hook up with. Like maybe I'll sleep with them, maybe I won't. And everyone's like down for that. So they're like, okay, sure. Why wouldn't I want this hot girl to come and hang out with me? Of course. But then that person was never serious. Like there was no real intentions that this was like going to go further. And then I just seen all these other apps come out, and it's just sort of that mentality has sort of like followed us. And because we're not changing how we're operating, we're like kind of stuck in this cycle. Like if you actually want to meet people and date them, then you actually have to act that way. Like you have to set up your profile that way. You have to stop like messaging people for entertainment. You have to be like, let's leave the app. Let's meet up in person. Like I have one friend, and she'll talk to somebody for like a little bit and be like, hey, let's get on the phone right now. And then if that goes well, she'll be like, hey, let's meet tomorrow. Like she's so honest. She will not delay. And she's not out here messaging someone for 2 weeks on an app. Like you're either here to be in it or you're not.
That's right. And man, is your friend still single?
She's not, actually. She did meet someone great. So
man, bummer, man. But like that's what I'm talking about. Like you need something like that where you go get her, what you want, you set up your profile right, and you go get it. I had a weird situation. Well, I call it weird because I matched with this girl on this app once, and I started talking with her, but she was just so cold. Like I couldn't figure her out. I couldn't understand it for the life of me. But it was just like one word responses.
Oh, jeez.
And then when I try to like, the basics, hey, how's it going? What are you doing on this app? What brings you here? What are you looking for? This type of questions like, oh, if this is going to be a 21 question, then don't even bother. I'm like, what the fuck? Wow. I'm like, are you here to find a connection? Or you just
don't even talk to me.
right. Eventually, like it goes on. I still kept my peace. I was like, okay, you know what? That's weird, but let me see if I can find out more about the girl. We ended up I ended up giving her a call and whatever, and the whole time she's like barely even talking to me. I can hear the TV in the background, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna hang up now since you're not really conversating. She's like, oh, you just assume that I don't want to talk? I'm like, well, you're not really responding.
Your energy is like not really there. So
your energy is
I could just talk to a wall.
Yeah, pretty much. Like zero energy. And then she's like kind of giving me attitude. And I was like, what is up with that? Like, and I've come across something like that a couple of times. And I'm just like, okay, why are you on the app then?
Yeah, that is I can't speak for those people because I don't know like what you're doing on there. If you're not here to converse, like here's the thing. I personally don't like the like, why are you on this app? How's your day going? Like I feel that's a very bland conversation to have. Like, but if you come you slide into my chat there and you ask me something interesting, we're going to be having a conversation. It might be a weird conversation and who knows where it's going to go, but I'm going to converse because like you've taken the initiative to like say something interesting to me. But also that's what it's about. If you're not here to be like have conversations, or like for me, like I'm a terrible texter. I don't really like to text. I'm either like writing you a novel or like making one word sentences. Like I'm totally the type of person that's like, let's get on the phone. Like I want to hear energy. Let me hear your voice. Like, let's get into this. Like there's so much more dialogue that way for me. If you're also that way, then just say, hey, I'm not a great texter. Let's hop on the phone. Let's meet up in person. But if not, then like you got to be prepared to be conversating with people. Like you're not just matching with somebody and then they're like showing up at your door. This isn't a delivery service. This isn't like
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
One thing you said that just kind of piqued my attention.
Yeah.
It rubs me the wrong way. Absolutely. Because say I ask somebody, how are you doing? I'm asking the question for a reason.
That's true.
I'm trying to find out how you're doing. Then we can start conversing once I know you're okay. why do most women hate that question or hate that they hate being asked how you doing?
Yeah, I think that's a great
insight. Even as a starter line, it's just how are you doing?
I think for me personally, why I don't like it is because if I'm on a dating app and I'm talking to like a bunch of different people, if 20 people are asking me how I'm doing, like I'm just tired of hearing that question. Like I've already answered Steve, Paul, John, all these people. How I'm doing? I'm doing great. How are you doing, Burl? Like talking to 20 people over here. I'm doing great. Managing, keeping myself organized.
If I'm asking you, I'm not thinking that you're talking to 20 other guys.
But you should think that. You should think that. I'm saying, think about it. Like,
no.
How are you going to stand out?
With you, it's my time and your time. That's the way I look at it. It's my time and your time. But you're
thinking it as if I don't have any other matches. The way I'm seeing it is like you have to think about you're going into a pool of all these other people and how are you going to stand out?
Bro, I never even looked at it that way.
But the way to stand out is I'll ask how you're doing first and listen to your response. Because
you think so? But I've already been asked that. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't stand out to me. Now you're just the 10th guy to ask me that today. But if you're coming in and being like, hey,
now she's just gonna
how do you feel about healing work or do you believe in aliens?
What's it gonna be? Because
it's gonna be your loss.
But I'm a nice guy.
Hey, nice guys finish last, right?
Yeah. That's garbage.
Just saying. But yeah, like I said, like last episode, that is boring. Girls are looking for something that's fun, interesting, that piques their interest. And that's why I always go with a corny opening line. And I said like 99.9% of the time it works. But I use it differently in different ways.
I used to just say,
I'm not gonna don't ask me what to say. What this line
is. You piqued my interest. Now I want to know. Come on. You slide in, paint the picture for me. You slide in, and the line is.
Hold on. He has to give you a couple of these.
It is awful.
Go.
Let me see. I don't know it off the top
of my head.
No, you've had a good chuckle.
I've had a good chuckle. He's read up a couple of them for me. It's just, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, now I want to know. I'm so curious.
Okay, let me see what I wrote here. I'm going to give you a second here.
I have to go back through the dialogue here.
Right. So I'm not going to mention the name, but like, hi, glad I finally found you. The Hinge goddess told me all about you. Glad that I can stop searching now. Care to chat.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that is a little bit funny. I would probably chuckle.
Well, hey, I got a response from that. That worked. Let me see. Well, another one was very cheesy. I was like, hey, you look really amazing. I hope you like to chat. Don't leave me hanging.
See, I don't know if I would respond to that one.
Really?
Yeah, I really, it could just be like a personal preference, but there's something about if the first thing you say to me is about how I look, that's already a red flag for me. That would be like, I would be deleting that chat.
No, but the thing is,
if I compliment how you look?
Yeah, because I would just be like, oh, you're just after me because I'm hot. I know.
What?
Yeah, to me, I'd be like throwing you out, being in the bathwater. I'd be gone. No.
What have you presented in your profile? But it's a picture and something else.
Exactly. So I'm complimenting your picture and letting you know that, hey, I think you look amazing in these pictures. Not everyone looks amazing in their pictures, but again, that could just be your pictures. That's me being a polite, good guy, complimenting the person as an icebreaker. But if
I feel like it's
nobody now, I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to change them pictures before you talk to me. Like,
I had me and my friend, he's a guy, we got into like a whole fight about this, about why you shouldn't like call women beautiful. And like, maybe unpopular opinion, I don't want to sound cocky, but like a lot of men tell me how attractive I am. I know I'm attractive. I don't
probably
need
hear
you
it
to tell
all
me.
the time. That's
so
why.
Then I'm like, so then it's the same thing about like, how are you? Like, I've already heard this 10 times today. Like, say something different. Like, thank you. I know I'm stunning. Thank you. I know I'm amazing. Like,
I'll always say, guys, start off with a greeting. How are you doing?
Really? No. I think you come in with something interesting. I always like when people open questions. Start with a question that's not generic. And that always opens it for me. Like, even if it's about things I have no idea what you're talking about, like, I'll go and Google search what the heck you're talking about so I can converse with you. Like, if you like start up a conversation with me,
yeah,
I'm looking into it. If I find it interesting, all you got to do is pique my interest. And then all my attention's on you.
You're more of the intellectual type then. You like.
Yeah, I do care about things like that. Like if you have like shirtless pictures and stuff, like that's a no dice for me. I'm already pics of you at the gym. No, left.
No.
These are all left for me.
How often do you come across shirtless pics, by the way?
All the time. I don't know why. It's like I don't know. Like you just.
I was just wondering.
Body, like.
I'm just curious. I just wanted to know, like, do guys really just like, look at me, my bull flex, my bull.
Even body, on like Instagram, I'll see like people I follow will just like put their phone down at the gym, and then we'll just be like watching them work out. And I'm like, what about this did you think that I would want to watch? Like, good for you. Like, I'm glad you're like working on your fitness goals. Like, I'm super happy for you on that level. But also, like, I don't care that you went to the gym. Like, should I film myself eating a sandwich? Would you want to see that? Like, I don't know.
Hey, you never know what gets people excited, right? Like, but that's weird though. That is weird. I agree with you. Oh, another one that got me. I just remembered. Chicks with the fish. What's up with that? Every chick wants to have a fish picture. Oh, I'm holding a fish. Oh, look at me. I know how to fish. You know, what's going on with that? What's up with the fish profiles, man? The chicks with the fish. You know, look at me. I got a fish in my hand. Look at me. I know how to fish.
Like, yeah. Holding like fishes, or like a fish you get from the fair, like
the fish profiles. Like, hey, look at me. I'm cool like a dude. You know, I know how to fish.
Hey,
you know,
I can take care of a big fish.
One. I have a bass in my hand. I got some. You know.
Oh, okay. I see. It's not like a pet fish where it's like, look, I went to the pet store and I've got my fish. It's like the fishing photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
I'm outdoorsy. You know,
I'm an outdoorsy kind of gal.
Right.
I don't know. I have like. Why do men do it though? That's the thing. Like, why are women doing it? I don't know. But why are men doing it? I don't know. I'm not sure what you want to show
their masculinity. They want to show that, yes, I can get out in the wild and get my hands dirty, and you know, that's a man flex. But I don't know why girls do it.
Yeah, I feel like women just want men to know that they would be down for those types of like adventures. Maybe that would be my thoughts, because like a lot of women I know who would have those things are like actually like very outdoorsy types of people.
Right.
Personally, I don't think it really looks that good for either of you. Like, great that you can catch a fish. That would not impress me. I would not be impressed. Wow, but that's just my.
No, you caught the fish. For we know.
Yeah. How do I know you're not just holding it? This could be a scam to make me.
Right. Exactly. So it's kind of like, scratch that picture, please.
No, but when you come up with that kind of response, then I, as a dude, would come up and say, you know what? I'm taking a video of myself working out, off the and stuff. I'm just showing you what I'm doing.
Right. I know what you mean.
No, I hear you. Like, just maybe that's why people do it, to show you that like I actually can. I don't know. Here's the thing. If you're like super into fishing, then I feel like that's fair. Like every weekend you're out on the lake, and then put that in your profile. Like every week I spend my time out of the lake. I'm super outdoorsy. Like I'm the number one fish catcher in my area. Like, okay, great. Put a fish picture up there. That
makes sense. Fisherman. I'm the number one.
You're just like
fisherwoman in here.
Right. If it's just you with a picture of the fish and then the fish emoji and like there's nothing else, and like, why do you have this up here? Like, what is this from? Like, tell me more about this. Right. Even the category sometimes where I like as seen on my mom's fridge. Like, really? Like, I hate that one. I hate it so much. I don't know why. The the worst photo of you. It feels very like phony. Sometimes I see people's profiles and it feels phony.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely staged, if you ask me.
Question for you. Mm-hmm. From the lady's perspective, what would you kind of have as the ideal profile?
That's a great question. I feel like I always want to see like a picture of just the guy, like either with his family or like out doing something that he really likes. I like to see like something you're really into. If you have like a hobby or a passion, like I really love to see things like that. I do love to see pictures of guys with their friends, but this is a caution warning. If you are the type of person who has every photo of you and your friends, how do I know which one is you? Like that.
Thank you.
To me, same right thing. There, I'm like, you're hiding. Why are you hiding in your friend group? Like,
I can say the same thing about ladies, because I've come across a few profiles. I'm like, Okay, which one is you? Because I can't tell.
It seems shady. It seems shady. Like, why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? Get out of here. This isn't Find Waldo, okay? I want to know who you are.
Yeah, that's definitely a catfish when you see something like that. Like,
right? Like, am I messaging you or your hot friend? Like, I want to know.
Right. And especially when you don't even like put any indication of which one you are in your pictures, at least be like, oh, I'm the one in the red dress or something. And at least, we know who it is that we're dealing with, but it's just like, it's a mystery. I guess maybe that's the whole, maybe that's the whole idea behind it, to keep it mysterious and be like, oh, I'm a mysterious person. You want to find out?
Well, I'm so mysterious. I'm just blending right in here. No, right? That's a swipe left for me. I'm gonna say swipe left.
Swipe left. Okay, outside of pictures, then in terms of content,
what are you looking for? What's your ideal profile?
Yeah, so I want like one selfie at least. I like a selfie because I want to be able to like see you and how you are. I want one picture with you and your friends. I want one picture that's kind of like candid, you outside, you doing things that you're really into. Like I like a variation between night and daytime. Don't send me all pictures of you at the nightclub. Never pictures of you with a car. That's a big no-no. There's no car pictures. Just normal things.
Really?
Like eating, going out, playing soccer, doing things that are normal.
You don't like the guy standing outside of the Maserati or
no, because that's probably not his car. He probably just saw that in the street and went, hey, what's going to look good? Me and this Maserati.
Right.
So question, please. If I'm standing next to a transit bus, you're okay with that?
That's great. Candid photography. We want the real life here.
Hey, at least you know what you're getting into. You better have your TTC pass ready.
Right? Well, things that you'd want people to actually know about you. Like, think about, like, I can't say it's got to be like individualized. So like, I'm like really into makeup. So like my profile had like a couple like makeup looks that I did. I did one where I wasn't wearing makeup and I was just like in my sweats and stuff, and I made it funny. Like, you'll find me on the catwalk in my sweats, like just to be funny, just hilarious. Like, obviously, nice. I'm like a very pretty person. I would like to get dressed up, but I also like to get dressed down. Like, this is like my friends. This is the kind of work I'm into and the stuff I'm into. Like, you can get kind of a vibe about me. So you could be like, oh, we could go out together. Like, oh, she's really going to be into this. I'm going to be able to talk to her about that. Or, just not like me and my friends going to the club every weekend. Because like, hey, sure, sometimes I'm going to the club, but like, I'm not doing that every day.
Right. I personally don't like the club pictures either. Like,
I don't either.
I don't know. I just find it like weird. I like everybody socializes. Yeah. I don't really need to see you out in the club because I don't know. It's just weird taking pictures in the club and posting it on a dating app. Like, it's just weird to me. And another thing I would love to see, I don't know about you, I would love to see some full length pictures, some images.
That is nice.
I'm tired of being fooled with the butt ahead images, it throws me off, man, especially girls. And I understand why some ladies do it. There's a bit of insecurity with their body types and whatnot, but at least like maybe put it in your description and say, hey, I'm of this body type, I'm of this, but yeah, don't just like, put those headshots and I was all fooled until we actually meet you. And then we're like,
right. But this is the thing that always gets me with women. Like, I get it. Like, we all have insecurities. We're all insecure about something. Like, no shame on having insecurities at all. It's a very normal, natural thing, but you cannot play a facade in real life. So you can create whoever you want to be online, but eventually, if you're serious, you're going to meet that person and they're going to know that you were fake.
Right.
So what's the point in playing fake online? You might as well just play real. And then the people who gel with your realness are just going to gel that much harder in real life. Versus like, I'm playing this character and now I have to like pretend to be this person. It's like girls who are like, don't sign up to be 100% hot girl all the time. Like, if you're not wearing makeup every day, like, don't put photos of you wearing makeup all the time because you're going to show up for that dinner, dressed in your regular thing. And they're going to be like, well, this isn't the type of person I thought I was getting. Like, it's kind of like misleading, like just show who you are, like show the ways that you are, dress the way that you would actually dress. Like we're so focused on like looking our best that we forget that like we're not always our best in real life. And it's okay. Like just be more real.
We're trying to sell an image though. We're trying to sell an image, right? But
that's not helping us.
I don't mind trying to sell an image. I have a problem with you trying to sell me the wrong image. Sell the right image, and I'm cool. I don't want to get surprises when I like show up on a date, and I'm expecting to meet Danielle, and then I'm meeting Daniel, so I'm kind of like it kind of throws me off. It's like things like of that nature, so it's just a little bit more information is all we're asking for, right?
But I feel like this could go both ways, because like guys are also notorious for like tweaking their profiles a little bit, especially things about like height. I don't know what it is with men about height. I get it. There's a big thing about how women like tall men. Like that is kind of nice, but also
why is that?
Not everything.
What's up with oh man, I feel secure with this tall man, and then
it's just nice. I think it's just I think it's just nice to have that like big body on top of like your tiny little body. Like it makes you feel like I'm so. But here's the thing: like my boyfriend's only 5'10".
How do little guys supposed to feel? Like little guys like us, how are we supposed to feel?
But that's the thing, women. You gotta like stop. You gotta get. Here's the thing: I feel like we've given too much power to these tall men, so now they're like out here like big dick energy. Like everyone wants a tall guy. Like I can.
I was going there.
Big.
But no, my boyfriend's like 5'11", maybe 5'10", and like every time he hugs me, I still feel so safe, still feel great.
Right.
Like, he brings me that energy. I do not need someone who's 6'2" to be giving that to me. In fact, I probably don't even want to deal with them because they're just gonna be so stuck up.
Question: would you have dated your boyfriend if he was 5'4"?
That'd be hard because I'm 5'4". So I do like when guys are a little bit taller than me, but it's just my preference. I mean, it's hard. I feel sad for the short guys because they're getting the short end of the stick.
Oh, jeez. Do you know that I'm 4'11"?
So you're 4'11"? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's actually sitting on a booster seat right now.
Trying to heighten himself up. I'm a tall 4'11".
Right?
Just saying.
But yeah, that's actually quite interesting that how height, something simple like that is. I guess guys will fake it, but again, how long can you fake it? Because when you eventually meet the person, and then they're like, you ain't 5'11", you ain't 6'2", you're more like a 5'5", 5'6",
Yeah, it's like a tease. It's like when men talk to you about like when you're like gonna hook up, sometimes you'll send some like risque text and they'll like paint this picture and then you hook up and it's just like utterly disappointing. Like these are all just words. You're just like, I'm just disappointed now. I'm so like, why would you say that to me? Like either come through and deliver or don't come through. Yeah, you're raising the bar too high. You paint this magical picture, this beautiful night we're gonna happen, and then you fuck for 3 minutes and you're done.
And you're like, wow. It's like, I'm gonna put it down on you. I'm gonna lay it
give
on
it to you.
I'm gonna be on it all night, like, And then you're like, as soon as the intro music starts, you're like, game over.
Oh no, we didn't even make it to the finale yet. Come on. We got at least 2-3 seasons in this game. We didn't get to the intro music.
So wait, how does that feel for a lady when something like that happens?
Like when we're like hooking up and it like ends, like...
Yeah, when the dude pre-arrives.
I mean, for me, I feel like I'm more of a champ about it. I never want to make guys feel too bad. I can imagine it's a sticky situation to be in, but like I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. Like I got ready, I came.
Isn't that a compliment? Isn't that a compliment?
It's like, I hate when men say that.
So good,
like complimenting. No.
That's like, man, she's so good. Like, I couldn't like resist.
No.
You know
what I would say to those men? You should have jerked off before you came here. Like, you either come through the delivery, you don't come through. There's nothing else. There's no in between. Like, I met this guy in Portugal one time, and we had a great day. Like, I just met him at a coffee shop. Casually, he's like, hey, he like lived there, so he's like taking me around to all these places. So we like go back to my place, we're like hooking up. No joke, enters me, comes. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh,
Like it's just so
He was
awkward
just
now. Like,
excited.
oh, sorry.
Well,
Dude.
at that point in
Yeah,
time,
like,
you
you
just hold hands and share your feelings and and emotions.
or you get down to business. Like if that happens to you guys, like
You know
get
what?
to work.
He probably got so excited. Like there's probably like the build up from the day of being with you. He's getting all excited.
Go to the bathroom
Then-
and jerk off or something. I don't know. Get yourself
and then
set.
finally he gets there and it's just like, oh, I'm overwhelmed with emotion. I can't control it, It happens,
Nah.
man. It happens. But
I know it happens, but I'm not a fan of it happening.
yeah, I personally, as a guy, wouldn't know what I would do. It's kind of like an embarrassing moment. Like, what would you?
It is very
like,
embarrassing.
Is it okay to say you're sorry?
Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of like a sorry thing, but I feel like that just kills the vibe. I feel like what's better is that you just like focus a lot of your energy on her. Like you still got a mouth, it works perfectly fine. Like you got
Right.
fingers, like get to
Fix
business. Like
No, it's
till you're
simple.
ready for round 2. That's on you.
Just
You
dine
came
and
too
dash.
early.
You hear him?
Dine and dash.
Just dine and dash.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
shit.
no. This ain't
Yeah,
takeout meal.
More like running away with your tails tucked. With your tails tucked. In the
Yeah,
middle
you're
of your
definitely not
leg.
getting a call back if that happens. That's
No,
all I'm saying.
definitely not. Yeah, that's crazy. And what about the girls that come quick too? Well, what's up with that?
I feel like I've never had a guy complain about something like that.
Really?
Mostly like guys want that to happen, but I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me. Maybe you've got some stories where women are coming in like 3 seconds. You're like, wow. But here's the thing: women can come multiple times, so it's not like you got to stop at the one.
Yeah,
You can
true.
keep on going.
Yeah.
Then
you
it's
went-
sort of like one, and then we got to recharge, and then maybe we'll get a second one, and then we got to recharge.
Man,
Like
like
more
ladies are
downtime.
so lucky, man. Like I don't even know. Like they're so blessed, man. Like you
Speak
just
for yourself.
they're blessed how you can just like go like multiple rounds, boom, boom, boom. Like a guy now, you go once, you gotta like at least wait a minute or two, catch your breath before you like jump back.
Yeah.
That's you.
It's almost like coming out of the water, catch your breath before you go dive back in. So it's kind of like that, we can't just like finish and then like, oh yeah, let's go right again.
Oh, we're back again.
Grab me another rubber. Hey, Geronimo going in,
Dive right into the pussy.
Right? Exactly. It's not like that for us, but for women can like, they can come right now and then be like, hey, where you going? Come back here. I'm not done. That kind of
I feel like the orgasms are just like a little bit different though, and that's why, because like women can orgasm multiple ways, so like it kind of depends. Like if you're having more of like a vaginal orgasm, that's gonna be like more intense. You're probably gonna need that break, but like when you're just like getting like a clitoris orgasm, like that's more of like a tingling sensation in your body. It's not like some explosive thing that's happening. So like I can still keep going, just at a moment when I was feeling
I
fine.
just learned something right now. I didn't even know there was different kinds.
There's multiple. Yeah,
I've been going at this blindly. I've been going at this so blind, just doing whatever. There's different kinds. Jeez.
Yeah, I feel like men don't know that. Like this whole like, I don't know. I call it like the rabbit motion, where like, you're just like, you've got her and you're just like
Energizer bunny.
The Energizer bunny.
Yeah, like boom, 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 boom. Like I don't know.
I never really understood that. No, that's kind of like, that's because people that do that watch too much porno, man. I think that's where that comes from. No, I think that's where they come from. It comes from watching too much porno, because in the porno flicks, that's how they essentially hump in the porno, like a bunch of freaking bunnies. Like,
It literally feels like that too. Like you're on like a vibrator, like like I'm like, am I fucking a person or a rabbit right now? I can't
right?
tell.
Like, what's going on here? It's funny that you
horrible.
say that. And it's funny that you say that, because embarrassing moment, true confession here. I had a situation, and the girl actually laughed at me too, because it was like a missionary position, and I was just doing my thing, and she at one point started laughing. I'm like, am I funny? Like, is this? She's like, no, you're just like a rabbit, just like
Yeah. Because I feel like it feels so good for the guy, but like here's the thing is like most women are like stimulated by like the G spot inside, so you have to like kind of be getting that angle and like rubbing against it. So if you're just like kind of like going in straight, like you're not really hitting anything, you're just hitting your dick against my inside of my walls.
Yeah,
it might feel okay, it won't feel terrible. It's just not the best.
See, here's a funny thing. This started off as what kind of conversation, and where are we now?
Yeah, we were just saying that. I was like,
it's still part of the
we just fell into the gutter.
It's all part of the dating game, though. We're talking about the dating app.
A lot of the dating game is going this way, all right? So many people are here for the hookup culture. We're just elaborating on that.
So what about people that say they're there for relationships, but really there for hookups? Like, what's up with that? I never really understood it, especially women, because I find women notorious with that. Guys, usually we would say what we want, or we would lie and say we want a relationship, but when you start talking to us, we tell you this is what it is. But a lot of times women will be like, oh, no, relationship. But then it's like you talk to them 1 day, 2 days, and by the third day, chitty bang bang. And it's kind of like, okay, relationship, I don't think you should be chitty bang banging that quickly, right? Kind of like how I look at it. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm here for everyone to bang at their own rate. If that's the first date or the 10th date or the 100th date, that's none of my business, all you. But what I will say, and what I have noticed from my friends and just people I know, is just like, I think that women sort of get into this space of like aloneness. Like, I don't want to be by myself, so I'm like gonna, go out and like look and try to meet people, but they might be saying that they want a relationship, but I don't think that they've actually done any of the work to actually set themselves up to be in a relationship. It's sort of just like, I have this need that needs to be filled. So then I meet this person, we like feel connected. So then I'm like, more like sexually connected to them. And then I'll have sex with them. And then that need will sort of like go down. And then I'm like back on that roller coaster again. So then I got to go back to this app and meet somebody else. Like it really does feel like it comes from, I don't want to say like an unhealthy place, but just like a need to not be alone. Like I think women especially like really struggle with that. Just that like, I don't want to be by myself.
Modern women. Modern women
struggle with that. What I've noticed a lot is that women are like kind of avoiding themselves. Like when I tell my friends that I like go and take myself to the movies or like go out by myself, they like think that's bizarre. Like, what do you mean you take yourself out places? I'm like, I love spending time with me because I think I'm hilarious. So what are you doing?
Don't kill me.
But it's the truth, right? If you're bored and then you just like use that energy to just like talk to other people on dating apps, like you could just do other stuff with that time. Like you're not really invested in being with that person, because if you you'd be like acting that way. Like you'd be acting like, oh, what do I really want in a relationship? What does like a good quality relationship look like to me? Like to me, it feels like I'm focused on the idea of a relationship. Like, oh, it'd be so nice to like be with somebody. Like, it'd be so nice to get cuddles, like
That's
I just
what
want
said.
to be comforted.
Yeah, and women just do that, and I think again that's why I think it's just fun and games for a lot of modern women out there. Like I can show you some dating apps that I have, and you see number of like girls that I've matched with, and have I even had conversations with like 80% of them? No. So it's kind of like, what's the point then? Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we saying we want to have relationships, but we're not really ready to do it? And yet we go complain that there are no good guys out there.
There's no good guys out there.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah. I don't want to target just women though, because I definitely have like quite a few men friends who like kind of do the same thing that women do. They fall into the same pattern. So I think it's like kind of the same, like it's happening on both sides. It's just, I do hear a lot more of it from women for sure. But I think like we're just not ready to be like honest with ourselves. And if we're not ready to be like honest with ourselves about why we're doing these things, then we're not going to be honest with other people. Right. So if I'm really just doing it to feel this need, am I going to write that on my profile? Like, hey guys, feeling lonely tonight, really need some snuggles.
You know what's so funny? We would actually appreciate if you did that. That's
hey, maybe they should do that. Be honest.
At least actually be like, you know what? Hey, at least she's honest.
Yeah, you know what? I would respect that too, actually. You're not having it.
No, you disagree?
No.
Hey, I'll be like, at least she's honest. Like, hey, I'm lonely. I need companionship.
Okay, you can say that.
Yeah.
But look at the other 200 million guys out there. When they see a line like that, what do you think the response will be?
Well,
that's the thing.
Let me come keep you company.
How?
Yeah, but are you gonna get quality people keeping you company? Like, I see why they don't say it, because that's the same thing.
Right.
You could just
but
we're gonna get like sleazy people who are like, oh sure, baby, I'll cuddle you.
If you're doing that, you're definitely not gonna get quality people for starters.
So then you're gonna want to lie.
So you want to eat your cake and have it. You wanna not
of course.
be ready for a committed relationship, but at the same time you want a quality person.
Yeah.
So you can't have both.
Yeah, you're right.
But I did ask you a question. You answered one part about pictures. What I wanted to find out was about the content on your profile or what would be the conducive way to kind of put yourself out there.
Okay, like what type of things should you write about? I like a little synopsis of like about me. Like just tell me like a little bit about yourself. One thing, like I'm a pretty passionate person, so I really want to know like, something that like either drives you crazy or you're like super passionate about, or just like, like every time this topic comes up, I feel this kind of way. Like I want to hear that stuff about you, like what really matters to you. The other thing like I want to know, because I was looking for relationships, is like, what does that mean to you? Like if we're going to be in this relationship, like tell me what that looks like. You don't have to write me the whole novel, because we can talk about that a little bit more, but like I want the synopsis of like, being in a good relationship means these things, like not just like having trust and communication. Like these are obvious things. If I see that on someone's profile one more time, I'm burning the app down, because obviously you're gonna have trust and communication.
Are you in my head? Like we had that. We talked about it in the last episode too. Everybody wants that trust, communication, like that's so generic. Like,
or the other thing I see on men's profile is I want someone who's not complicated.
Everyone's complicated.
I'm like, we're all complex beings. So like, what do you want out here, man? Like, I don't know.
I think it's even in the definition of what a man is. Man is like a complex.
Like we're all just complex. So I don't know what type of species you're looking for on this, but you're only getting human.
Something. But yeah, that's interesting. So the content is key. And one thing I was gonna say is, you did point out, yes, these are some good things you want or you be looking for. The problem is, though, a lot of these apps, you only have so many words to describe yourself in the About Me section. Sometimes you'd be lucky if you get even 200 words or 300 words. So what's the shortest, simplest way? I don't know. For me personally, I can read my profile to you, but I just talked about who I am. I'm like, hey, I like to laugh. I'm goofy kind of thing. I'm a critical, analytical thinker. I enjoy sports.
You're goofy? You're lying. You're lying on your profile.
I'm not lying. I am goofy. Are you kidding me? I'm very goofy. I'm fucking goofy, man. But yeah, I am goofy. But yeah, and I just talk about that, and I'm talking about how I'm looking for someone that is analytical thinker, just like myself, someone that enjoys the outdoors. What else did I say? And I ended up with some corny ass line, but whatever. I do the corny thing. That's my thing.
Yeah, you got to be like creative. That's the thing. Like everything is a creative challenge. Like don't let the fact that you only got 200 characters let you down. Like I think like tell a little bit about yourself, but then also like ask questions. Like my favorite place I've been to is this. Like where's your like go-to destination? Yeah. Like now you're already starting. A traveler. Like, if you're a traveler, yeah. So you just kind of pick up like what you're into and then sort of like talk a little bit about yourself, but then make the space for conversation. Like I love questions and profiles just because like I have noticed that women are just more like timid to like reach out to men. So like if there's something like key in their profile that we can like already talk about, like great. Like let's talk about that. Like just talk about things that are real though. Like I'm really into this. This really matters to me. Like if you go to the gym every day and you're a gym rat, then like I'm super into fitness. And, right now I'm working on macronutrients. Like, how do you achieve your fitness goals? Like, are you into fitness? Like, that's a great thing to just like, now we can talk about it. So if I'm not into fitness, great. I'm probably not going to look at your profile. Swipe left.
Right, exactly.
Hey, you know what? Unusual match. This happen all the time. So maybe you will swipe right and you'll become the couple goals, the fitness couple goal challenge,
Right. And every profile these days got the hot girl summer thing going on. Like I don't.
I cannot stand that. Or hot boy summer.
There's a hot boy summer. Stop
Oh
that.
yeah,
No,
yeah. I'm not even lying. Boys are like
There's
adapting
no
it. They're
such
like,
thing
I'm
as
here.
a hot boy.
There
I've
is.
never heard
There
that,
is, there
Janine.
is.
Nah, Janine, you making stuff up now.
I'm not. I can't even make
Hot
this stuff
boys.
up.
You ever heard of hot boy
It'd be
summer?
like, yeah, it'll be like a guy out on the beach, shirtless, and being like ready for hot boy summer.
What? Stop.
Yeah,
this.
I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even lying. This is really no jokes. This is a real thing that happens.
No,
Hot boy summer.
That is funny. Like
Yeah.
I only know the hot girl summer, and every girl is like hot girl summer these days, and like I don't get what that is about. What is a hot girl summer? What does that even mean? Like for starters,
Hot girl
like
summer.
I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
from that. Yeah, it's from that song by Megan Thee Stallion. I think it's the one who sings it. Hot girl summer. It's just
Right.
about like girls being hot in the summertime. Like when the summer comes, everyone's like feeling themselves. They're like, we're looking so hot, we're going out
Right,
here. Like
right.
we own the summer. Like this is a hot girl summer. Like you don't own the
Right.
summer. The hot girls own the summer,
Summer, right,
Hot
right.
girl summer up in here. It's
You
like
know?
I like the energy, but we don't really need to be talking about the fact that it's a hot girl summer. We know every year it's hot girl summer. We see it. We've got two eyes. I don't know about you, but I see hot girl summer every summer.
Oh yes, I do.
Like you don't. It's not a day on the calendar. We don't gotta like schedule that in. Like, oh, hot girl summer about to start. Like, what? I guess whatever. I guess if it makes you feel good, I just think it's kind of lame. Personally, I got better things to do with my time than set myself up for hot girl summer.
There's a reason I'm single every summer.
Because you're not on the hot boy summer. Come on, you got to get in there.
No, I'm not. I'm not in the hot boy summer club. I don't even want to be in that club. While the hot girl summer club, while the hot girl summer club exists, I'm all about that. I'm good with that. I'm great with that. Any other crazy thing you've come across on your profiles there, EK?
Trying to think right now. For me, this is one thing that kind of you used to get to me a lot, where you kind of start conversing with somebody, then 2, 3, 4 weeks later, they come back and say, "Oh yeah, I don't think I'm ready to date."
Oh,
oh wow! At least they sent you a message. That's kind of nice.
Oh
They just
yeah,
ghost you.
I won.
Well, for me, you might as well just ghost instead of just coming back to me and saying, "Oh yeah, I think I'm not ready to date." What the fuck changed between the first time we started talking and now?
I really think for women, it's just like you need to pique their interest. Like I always think of women sometimes. Again, I'm not trying to shame women because I'm the same way. We're like a kid in a candy store. Like there's a million candies for me to choose from. I've got all the candy selection. I can have them all. Yes, I'm distracted. So like you got to get in and get off this app. That's always the key. You need to get the phone number. You need to text, you need to call, you need to go out. Because if you're not doing that, you're like sitting in those messages. I got a million other candies I'm looking at. Like
I got a million.
You gotta get in. You gotta get your
million other candies lined up.
Yeah, you gotta be like jumping off the shelf. Come on, like get in my treat bag.
Okay, but the thing is, for most people who come up with such cockamamie crap excuses, in their profile, they specifically put, "I want somebody I can speak honestly to, somebody who's honest." Yet when you do that, I can tell that you're not being honest. You found somebody else.
Yeah.
Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
We're afraid of confrontation. I think that's a big thing.
Confrontation.
Like, I'm trying to make it look good. Like, oh, I'm just not ready.
Yeah. But that. So when ladies say that, does that actually mean that they found somebody else that they're talking to? Or
maybe I feel like it could be. It could go both ways. It could just be like a straight up lie. Like I don't want to talk. Here's the thing. Personally, maybe I'm just more savage, but if I'm dating somebody else, you're gonna know because I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna just like disappear. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like I met someone lovely." Like, no, I'm just gonna deactivate my profile.
You a ghoster? Oh my god!
I'm just gonna leave. It's gonna be obvious.
That is so cold. I think ghosting is the coldest thing you can do.
It is. Here's the thing. If we have each other's number and we've been like messaging, then yes, I'm going to like send you a message. Because obviously we've like left the app. We have this like different rapport now. I feel like, okay, you deserve a little bit of my honesty and my truth. But if you're just a number in my candy store, not me. I'm just closing the door.
Number in my candy store.
Left. I took my candy
just
home.
another flavor.
Yeah, just another flavor.
That's crazy. No,
it is though. I feel sorry for men because you do not get as many matches as women. But like, no joke, if I went on my phone and started a profile, I could have 90 matches.
I feel sorry for women though,
It is hard to filter through.
It's because y'all dealing with a small pool of guys, a very tiny pool of guys. So
you think so?
Yeah,
I don't think so at all.
Ladies think that we got all these options, they're all lined up, and they're all lined
I got
up.
all these options. Are they all quality options? No, but there are a lot of options.
They're options.
They're options.
So you're just gonna settle for anything? You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not, but
except if you play in the field, then that's a different story, you know. Then those
I don't even get playing the field. What does that even mean? Like, here's the thing: if you're playing the field, you don't really want a relationship. You want to play the game. You're having more fun playing than you are after the game. Because for me, I'm only playing the game, so I'm going home with a trophy. There's no I'm not here to play and keep playing. I'm gonna get exhausted soon. You know, like a player can only play for so long. We ought to take breaks. We all want to go home with the championship. So like.
So the question is, are women is the end game to get married then when people are doing this relationship thing? Because I never really understand the end game, because being in a relationship is one thing. How long you want to be in a relationship for is another. And at what point in time do you take it to the next step? Like, you know, it's like, how does that work from transitioning? Like, how do you even know you're there at that point where it's like, yes, this is the person I want to be with in the rest of my life? I never really understood that.
Yeah, I think it's like a weird concept to go in and be like, hey, I'm totally gonna like look for a relationship in which I'm gonna get married in. Like, I think you can be like, I'm looking for a relationship and I want to get married, and all of my prospects should lead down that avenue. But I would think it'd be very hard to be like, okay, so I'm going to go in and find my future husband. Like, that feels like a lot of stress.
I see some profiles like that. But
that's crazy. So that's great. I'm glad that you want to get married. That's what I would say. But I would also be like, relationships are a lot of energy. And like, for me, what I was looking for was somebody who just wanted to do that work with me. Because here's the thing, like, if we're going to get married and we're going to spend our whole lives together, all we're going to be doing is spend the rest of our lives working on ourselves and working with each other. And if we can't do that, no way in hell we're getting married. That's great that you want marriage and I want marriage. Awesome. We're compatible. But if we can't make it work,
there you go again, throwing that word out there.
I know.
Don't get me started again.
I know it's
compatible. Oh my goodness, that's like my most dreaded word of 2021. Compatibility.
But I mean, it's true. It just means that we want the same things, right? So
yeah.
But if we don't want them in the same way, then our compatibility doesn't even matter. Like, you know, like all three of us here could want to get married, but we could all approach relationships differently. So then we might not be compatible because like the way we actually approach it isn't going to work out for us. You know, like if I'm a talker and you give people the silent treatment, it's going to be really hard for us to like communicate, right? You're going to need somebody who's more like, I also need my time to think about things, right?
Right.
Or somebody who's just patient to do that work with you.
What's your take on marriage?
I mean, I am pretty pro marriage. I've got like nothing against it. I do think that people like a little bit hyper focus on it, like as if marriage is the end goal. Like, marriage is great, but it's just like a fraction of what's happening on a day-to-day level. Like I said before, you're really picking somebody that you want to go through life with, that you want to go through your struggles with, that's going to like support you through the things that you want, that you're going to be willing to support them through the things that they want, that, you know, you're going to keep doing the work every single day with this person. It's not just like joyous and we get married, we just live happily ever after. Like, this isn't a Disney film, this is real life. So like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like we're caught up in the fantasy of like, oh, I just want to be this bride and get married. My life's going to be like so wonderful because I'm going to have this thing. And that's true. You could have that stuff. But I think that marriage is should be like secondary to doing the work with people. Like, never look at a partner and be like, oh, you're so marriage material. Like, you should look at a partner and be like, oh, you're such like a good partner. Like, you're such we're so good at navigating this relationship together. I feel like I get my needs met. I feel like you get your needs met. I feel like we can keep doing this every day. Yeah,
we work great as a team. My
teamwork.
Take on marriage, though, you know, my take on marriage. I think marriage is bullshit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do because it's a fantasy. I think we've been oversold it.
I think it's BS. The reason is, again, to add to some of the things you said, you're gonna put all this investment into saying that you are married, you have a union for life. You go through this whole wedding ceremony, whether it's either in the church or you just do the court wedding or whatever.
Okay.
You got to buy the ring. You got to do all this hula hoops to freaking declare your love to each other for an eternity. And then 2 years later, you're divorced. Like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
What's the point of you being in a marriage when there's ability for you to say, okay, I'm tired now. I'm done. I want out. And then, so what's the point of that?
Okay, so
There should not be, in my opinion, if there's marriage, there should never be divorce, because the whole point of marriage is for better or for worse, for sickness or for health, until death do us apart, right? And that's it, till you freaking die. That means I'm stuck with you. You and I, we're dying together. I'm either going first or you coming after me, or I'm coming after you. One of the two. We stuck in this shit.
We're going to the grave together.
Stuck in this shit together, right? So
I understand that part.
Yeah.
I understand totally where you're coming from. But have you ever walked into a situation, let's say playing a game.
Right.
Walk into a game expecting to lose.
Who expects to lose a game? Well, sometimes you could depending on your opponent. Because you look at the other team like, shit, man, these guys are top of the table.
But the thing is,
we dead last.
How do you win when mentally you've already lost before you've even started?
Right.
You walk into marriage with the intention of having it work. Circumstances come into play that destroy it, but you walk into it with the idea.
And this is where I'm going to argue with you. If you're walking into it with the idea that it's going to work, don't make the vow for forever after that. Don't make the vow and say, hey, I'm going to be here with you till I die. And then when she hits the fan, you want to book it.
Oh, jeez.
But that's where I feel like we're being sold the fantasy, is because people walk in saying, I don't think people walk in with the intention to get divorced. I do think a lot of people walk in with like, I think I'm going to do this forever. But what I think is missing is that, one, people don't ask the right questions. We get like stuck in this like honeymoon phase and we're like, oh, this is so wonderful. Like, of course I want to feel wonderful forever. And we're not like actually practicing. We're not actually honest with our partners. We don't actually get our needs met. We don't actually find good rhythms of communication. We're not actually building good structure. So then shit will hit the fan. It's just inevitable. It's always going to come. Right. And then we're really not prepared because we didn't actually know that person well enough. They didn't really know us well enough. We weren't actually energetically meshing, or I just feel like this isn't worth it for me. So like, I feel like it's not our intention to do it, but we actually like set ourselves up for failure because we're like so stuck in this fantasy that like being married means we will be there forever. Like being married is a piece of paper. You're the one that makes it a marriage. And if you don't want to show up every day and make it one, it will not be one. People don't grow apart. We let ourselves get apart from people. Like you don't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm so far away from my partner. Like it happens over time. It happens by like not being honest, by missing, by not trying to like mend things when we can and just like holding shit against each other. Like I think we get so stuck in the cycles.
Do you think women create that pressure though on marriage because they have this false expectation of what they perceive marriage to look like? We see movies and like, oh, princess, exactly. Oh, happily,
yeah.
Oh, like you said, honeymoon phase. We all gotta get caught up. Do you find that the pressures of marriage are coming more from women, especially than from men? Like I know men want to get married and have kids and whatnot, but I find that whole expectation and pressure of being married and having a good marriage is more for a woman's satisfaction than for a man.
Yeah, I think that is like a little bit true, in my opinion, at least. Like, I do think women do bring a lot of pressure, and I think they just sort of, I'm not sure why, they just like push the needle so fast. Like, it's something like to aspire to, that like we should all get married. Like, but for me, what like really stood out is like not only in the media do I have bad examples, but like in my real life, I didn't have good examples. Like my parents are divorced. Like I don't know people who had like relationships where I was like, that's how you make a marriage work. So like for me, if I ever get married, like I'm gonna be flashlight in the dark out here, just trying to work with my partner. And like, we got to navigate this together, which in some ways really serves me because I don't have this fantasy of like how the marriage should look. It's just going to look the way we make it. And on the other hand, it's like, now if I'm not secure and just like navigating through that unknown, I might like project and try to like see other couples and like see where they're at and be like, well, I should be doing that thing now. That's how my life should look. Like, I'm going to take that as my example and operate from that way. And that's the thing that's creating fantasy again, because you don't know that couple, you don't know their life, you don't know why they're getting married that way. Like, one of my really good friends, like, bless her heart, I think she's got like a really great spouse, and you know, she really wanted to get married, but she always said to me that she would spend like at least a year getting engaged. The minute she got engaged, she was like booking that wedding like right away. I was like, okay, you literally
let's get it over with.
Like, so it's so crazy. But here's the thing: then she rushed her wedding, and she felt like kind of disappointed about it. It felt like, you know, like where she's like, oh, you know, like I can't wait till we have like our 10 years and we can like redo it and do it like a little bit better. Like, I was like, what was the point of doing that? It doesn't seem like you were really like satisfied. Like, you still have a great relationship, nothing against it, but it does feel like a little bit showy to me. Like, you know, like she at first, like her family wouldn't like invite him because they weren't married, and then, you know, like she just felt uncomfortable at work being like, oh, my boyfriend, you know, like it just feels like very showy. Like, I don't, if other people are going to judge you for whether you're married or not, like, I
want the title, I'm married.
Exactly. But like, do you want to do the marriage? That's the thing. Like, everyone wants a title. Of course, we all want to be Mr. or Mrs. like top tier here. Like, but here's the thing, like, are you going to do the work to be that? Because the title is just a title. If you don't make it something, it's really nothing.
Very true. If you don't make it something, it's really nothing. True. Words of the day. Words of the day. Janine Patrick dropping some knowledge on us today, eh? Wow, he's giving us some education.
Just one thing I need to say on this one.
Yeah,
I think on this one it goes for both men and women, because we are our worst enemies, especially with dating apps.
True.
Both sides, we mislead each other. We're trying to sell a product, and who we're trying to sell to, we're trying as much as possible to convince, yet they are trying as well to convince us of the product that they are selling. So in the end, we all end up just doing the same thing of misleading each other. We're just
salesmen.
Yeah, I think the problem is this: we're not
honest.
We're not. Yeah, it's not just honest. We're not revealing what we bring to the table. In our profiles, we're all putting out what we are looking for. I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is what I want. We're not saying this is what I bring to the table. This is what I can offer you. Yeah. We're not getting any of that.
I feel like we also need to like be very like specific. That's the other thing. It's like, at least for what I noticed with like men, like I see like this miscommunication between men and women all the time, because I'd be like, oh, you know, like I just really want to be heard. Great. Right. What does being heard actually mean? Because now I'm listening to you. I'm hearing you right now. What do you mean you don't feel heard? Like, or I want somebody who really has that thing. So what is that thing? What are those actions? Like, if I'm a person who doesn't know you, what action can I take to do that thing that you need? Like, don't be vague about it. Like, be straight up, you know, like I like a man who calls me every single morning, because that is meaningful to me. It means that you're caring about me and you're thinking about me. That's what you actually want. Say it. Because a guy who doesn't want to do that is going to be like, oh, well, at least now I know that's the expectation, instead of like having all these like secret expectations and then like being disappointed, because, you know, we can never meet things.
Boyfriend's profile like is what I wonder.
What? Sorry?
So what was the boyfriend's profile like is what I wonder.
My boyfriend's? Yeah, actually, it's funny because he didn't have like that great of a profile. Like, he's had some like interesting things about himself. Like, he's super adventurous, you know, he's like big into hiking. He's a huge nerdy like Game of Thrones fan. Like, it worked out perfectly because I had just started watching Game of Thrones for the first time. I'd never seen it before, so we had like so much to talk about in Game of Thrones. He's like a pizza lover. He loves pizza, obsessed. And then he had all these pictures of him just like out on adventures. Like, he seemed so fun. He had this like, great smile. Like, I don't know. I just got like such good energy
Look
from
at
him.
She's lighting up.
She's blushing already.
Yeah, she's just lighting up here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think he's pretty great. But then the great thing that he
wherever
did,
you are, you did a good job.
right? Shout out to you, babe. The great thing that he did though, and like the advice that I've been giving is like we talked a little bit on the app, and then he was like, hey, let me get your number. And I always am like, hey, I want to talk on the phone. He was not big on talking on the phone at all, but he was like, hey, I'm free on Thursday. Let's go on a hike together. And I thought it was such a sweet date. Like he took me to this beautiful waterfall, like
nice,
pretty much free, guys. You can take a girl out on a hike for free, mostly.
Wait, the hike isn't that usually more of a scary first date? I wouldn't want.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of people are like sketched out about it.
Like, you're gonna take me in the woods and then do what? It's like,
so then maybe just like ask to go on a walk or something. Like I feel like you could like build your way up. I know a lot of my friends are like kind of sketched. He wants to like take you to the woods.
Oh yeah, and they're like, no thanks.
And we had to go to Hamilton too, so we had to like drive 30 minutes. So I like got in a car with this stranger, drove to the middle of nowhere.
Oh, you brave.
I was. You know what? I did tell my friends. My friends knew where I was going. You can drop a pin on WhatsApp. People can know where you are. Like, it's not so sketchy. Like, it does sound a little bit sketch, but like, we've been dating for like almost 6 months now, so it's obviously worked out for us.
Nice. That's amazing. Well, I think that brings us to a wrap for today's episode.
Yeah.
Janine, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you again.
Thank you.
Any last words? Any encouragement? Any tips for our ladies with their dating profiles?
Of course. Ladies, I want to see some stellar dating profiles out there. I know that you are all beautiful catches. We don't got to highlight that necessarily. Throw a couple good thirst traps up on there. Throw some real stuff in there. Be honest and engage in men's profiles. Don't make them do all the work. I think it like shows such initiative when women are going out. And men, please stop being so creepy, okay? Just like tone it down. You're just a candy in a candy shop. So like bring some good energy, okay? That's what we want to see here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's both do a little bit and we'll meet in the middle. It's always in the middle.
Mid in the middle. I like that.
Wise words.
Do a little bit, meet in the middle. EK, any last words?
Don't stop learning, people.
Don't stop learning.
Don't stop learning.
And like I always say, be kind to one another. Don't do what I'll do. And I'll catch you on the flip side.